Hello everyone, hope you all are doing fine. So in this session we are going to learn about high level of Selenium architecture. So let me open you know new window for that so that I can explain what we are going to talk about. So let me first open Selenium website, and here we'll go to downloads and go to API docs. And everything in Selenium starts with web driver, right? WebDriver. So what is WebDriver? WebDriver is an interface, correct? And it had some method in it. You can see method summary. And since it's an interface, it will have a method without body. Is that correct? So that is basic concept of Java. So close method, find elements, and this is having some, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So it had some 13 methods. Okay. And Selenium, everything we do around these things only, these methods only. So if a question gets asked to you, like which is the main interface in the Selenium, so what will be your answer? So many people will say, WebDriver will be the main interface, but no. So for that only, let me just open a paint, and here we are going to learn that what is the very first interface in Selenium. So let me make a box for that, and let me write down here. So what is the very first interface in the Selenium? So it is known as search context. And what is it? It's an interface. Now let me show that to you, that why I have written search context. So let's go to our doc, and here you can see interface, and here you can see extend search context. Can you see? So let me open that in new tab. Search context. Now search context, does it extends anything? No, it does not. And it has only two methods in it. You can see method summary. It has only two methods, that is web element this thing and this thing. Find elements and find elements by. Whereas WebDriver has, five more increasing method. You know, it has, find element and find elements. These two from search context, and then the search context. So main interface in the Selenium is your search context. After search context, what comes? After search context, immediately comes your web driver. So let me mention one more. That is web driver. And what is it? It is also an interface. Now, that is web driver is there. And after web driver, you know, so we have one more, subclass, that is known as remote web driver. So let me mention that as well. Remote web driver, and this is what? This is class. Now let me show that to you, that why we have written. Let me arrange accordingly. So this is very first, that is search context, very first interface in Selenium. After that, what comes? Your WebDriver. And after WebDriver, we just wrote in our diagram, that is remote WebDriver. So let me show that to you. What is remote WebDriver? Okay, so this is WebDriver, and the WebDriver, all class implementing classes are, remote WebDriver, Safari driver, Chromium driver, Chrome driver. So this is your remote web driver. So let me open remote web driver for you. So you can see class remote web driver. This is a class. This is not an interface, and this is interface, and this is also interface. Correct. Now, your remote web driver, like why remote web driver layer is coming now? Why not directly, these things? Because the remote web driver has again, more capability. So what it has, let's see. This is also having find elements, but it has got something new. What? It has, execute, execute a script. So there is one more layer of interface, and that is what, that is your JavaScript executor. Nowadays it's not in that much use, but yeah, sometimes like for gestures, for some other things we use JavaScript executor. So you can see that one more, we can make, and here we can mention JavaScript executor. JavaScript executor. And this is also what? This is also an interface. So how exactly the hierarchy is coming now? So this, you know, this is extending to, the main parent interface, and then a remote WebDriver is further implementing this. So remote WebDriver is, implementing even this interface, and it is implementing even more interface. We can check through our, our diagram and in API doc. So it is implementing even this, that has federal credential management, has capabilities, has download, interactive JavaScript executor. So, you know, this, these all the things are, happening through, remote WebDriver class. Now, remote WebDriver class is there. Then what comes? Then comes your driver classes. So this is your Chrome driver, this is your Firefox driver, this is your Safari driver, and this is your Internet Explorer driver. So let me write down all the things quickly. So this is your Chrome driver, this is your Firefox driver, and this is your Safari driver, and this is your IE driver. Okay. So these all the things are, directly, implementing these classes. Remote web driver, Safari driver, and then IE driver. But when it comes to Chrome driver, what happens? One more layer of, one more layer of driver gets, it comes between these two. That is Chrome driver between remote web driver. So what is that driver name? That driver name is Chromium driver. Chromium driver. So in interview, people can ask, what is the parent of Chrome driver? What is the parent of Chrome driver? So don't hesitate to say that this is a Chromium driver. But for other driver like Firefox, for Safari driver, for iDriver, remote web driver is the parent for them. But for Chrome driver, Chromium driver is the parent. Now, why Chromium driver? So, in order to understand that, let me open, Facebook. So, I have opened a Facebook page over here. So, let me go to inspect. So you can see here, element, console, sources, network, performance, memory, application. So here you can see local storage, these things, session storage, cookies. So, Chromium driver has given us this capability that we can do automation using these things as well. We can, manipulate some things over here. So how is that possible? Let us again go to the diagram and we can see, go to, remote web driver, and in that go to Chromium driver. Open the Chromium driver. So Chromium driver, you can see, is has implemented, like has download, location context, web storage, interactive, JavaScript executor, has log events, network. So you can see, just go to methods and you can see it has like get local storage. These methods are not there in other uh, web drivers. Like, get session storage. Using this you can get the session storage. And then get cast issue message. These are the things are like, these are not possible through other drivers, whereas these are possible through chromium driver. So this is how this is why for chromium driver comes as a parent, because it gives a more layer of automation, and wide range of options to do automation. So this is overall about a high level of Selenium architecture. And if you feel any doubt or anything is not clear, you can just drop a comment. And thanks for watching.